Greetings everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to develop for the Windows Phone 7. Windows Phone 7 obviously uses Windows Mobile 7 as its development framework, which is the successor to Windows Mobile 6. The biggest difference between these two frameworks is that Windows Mobile 6 relied heavily upon WinForms for its UI. Moving forward, Microsoft has said that they're going to rely on Silverlight predominantly. XNA is also supported in the Windows Mobile 7 framework. So before you get started with any coding, it's important to actually look at the Windows Developer homepage. Here you'll find guidance and example applications and other resources for getting you started. Now, what I'm going to show you today is the tools that are required to make Visual Studio ready to develop Windows Phone applications. So once you've downloaded the tools, as I have, you can then go to your Visual Studio installation and you go to File, New Project. You will then notice you have brand new project templates, specifically for the Windows Phone application. Also the XNA Game Studio, but we're not going to go there. I'm going to call our project Map Demo. Now, Microsoft has taken a lot of the guesswork out of getting the development environment set up, which, in comparison to what you get with Eclipse and Android, is a welcomed change. So, for our tutorial, I'm going to delete most of this code here because it's just not necessary. Let's see. So, get rid of all this. Row definitions. And I'm going to change this guy. And I'm going to change our title to My Map Application. Okay. And then finally, we'll go up here and just delete a couple of these namespaces. So if I were to run this application right now, what you would see is, first of course, it has to launch the emulator. Once it does that, then it's going to launch our application internally. As you can see, we have a very basic My Map application. Nothing groundbreaking, certainly, however, a sign of success. So our next step here is I'm going to do a little something and expand this grid so that it takes up the entire visible area of the phone. That's to prepare for our next part. So, continuing on, you need to make sure that you have the Bing maps. So I guess I should say, for our demo, we're going to actually display a Bing map Silverlight control on the page and allow the user to kind of move around with their finger and double tap to actually zoom in on the map. Before you can do any of that, however, you need to download the DLLs that comprise the Silverlight control, and they can be downloaded from here. Again, I've already downloaded this, so I'm going to go to my Solution Explorer, and I'm going to add two references. We'll need both of these files and just add them into the application. Close out of Add References, and you see now we have these two new applications. The next step is to add them to our XML. XAML. So we'll add the namespace reference. So there we go. So we now have given ourselves a brand new set of controls under the map prefix. We're going to take the basic map and give it a name of My Map. I'll just add a few other properties, just zoom level for the most part. Close off the tag, and you notice immediately we have our map application. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this down and just kind of make it so it looks more like a typical phone map application would. Now, if we try to run this application, you will notice that we get these two errors. Now these errors don't actually spell out what the real problem is. The problem is that the map control itself requires a browser DLL that comes with Silverlight 4, which is not referenced by default under this particular project template. So we go back into the references, Hit Browse. And it's going to be under the Microsoft Silverlight folder in your program files. 4.0. Scroll down, and there's your browser app. So we'll just go ahead and add this as a reference. Boom. Now, when we run, you'll notice that we get the makings of the application. Now I'm going to apologize. I'm on hotel internet at the moment, so my connection is rather slow. But you can notice that there's this clear white bar running along the middle of the control. The reason for this is that we lack a Bing Maps key. So despite the fact that we can get data from the service, we're not going to be able to get everything and without a Bing Maps key. So let's go ahead and stop. So let's go ahead and stop the application at that point and go back out to the web. Getting a Bing Maps key couldn't be easier, but you do need a Windows Live ID, and basically what you're telling Microsoft is what application you're developing with, so they know who is accessing their service. There's also usage guidelines, but for the most part, developers will be kept under free until they go to production. So once you follow these steps, you can get a Bing Maps key. So I'm going to switch applications here and go to my official application that I'm working with, and you'll notice right away that I have this property called key, and then you see it referenced here. Now if I uncomment this and then go to the XAML, you'll notice the XAML is almost a carbon copy of what we were just looking at, and this is actually intended. But with that key, I can now run the application and what I end up getting is I get the map application again, but this time no white bar. Switch over to Arial. And all the functionalities there. You can double tap for the zoom in functionality and see everything. Again, my internet here is extremely slow, so bear with me. That's about it. So, I for one am very excited about the Windows Phone, though I question whether it can substantially challenge Google and Apple. But as a developer, I'm very excited because I believe this actually is a better developer experience for all platforms. I think Microsoft has once again proven that they can speak to the developer better than any other manufacturer. I really do believe that. I think their tools are the strongest. I haven't done any iPhone development, but I prefer C# and whatnot over most languages. So that's my bias being out there. However, again, I think that Google and Apple are the primary competitors in the mobile market. However, the Windows Phone is something that I am certainly interested in and looking forward to developing applications with. So thank you for watching, and look forward to showing you more about the Windows Mobile 7 platform in the future. Thank you.